Hello everyone, my name is Charles. Welcome to DevLess. I want to teach you how to connect your Android app to your DevLess instance. Save data, authenticate people, any cool thing DevLess can do. So, let's search for DevLess Android. Good, DevLess Android SDK. Yeah, this is what we want. Okay, good. So this is their official SDK page, and then let's see. Good. Let's see our DevLess instance. So this is our DevLess instance. We have this one at the moment. Let's clear everything in the user side. So this is my DevLess instance. It's being hosted on Heroku. Okay. Now this is the main app, my app name and everything, my tokens. Good. Now let's go. Let's go to Android Studio and then create a new project. Sorry, let's create a new project. So let's call this project DevLess project, or call it whatever you want to call it. Just let's use the default empty activity finish. Let it build for us. So DevLess is like the easiest way and then the best way. In fact, I'll even call it the fastest way to set up your backend, talk to it through your app, talk to it on the web, talk to it everywhere. But this area, just going to see how to connect our DevLess instance to our Android. So this is it. This is Android Studio. This is a new project it's creating. It's taking a bit of time. Let's go through our SDK instructions and see how we'll pick things up from there. Okay, so let's come here. This is the SDK, and what is it telling us? It's telling us first of all to download an AAR file. So we click here and then we download that AAR file. So as our project gets ready here, so it's done downloading. I just click on open, like showing Finder. Okay, this is what we need. dv/android.ar. This is what we need. I'm copying it to desktop. So now let's follow the instructions on how to set it up. Open your project and then click on, okay, fine. Okay, this is a new project. We know that. Then click on import, like new module, come to import AR. Okay, let's do that. So click on file, new module. Again, click on your Android Studio, click on file, new module. Click on your new module. Now, what did it say we should look for? It said you should look for import jar. Okay, import jar. Okay, this is it, import jar. Then click on the next. So this is it. What did it say? We should select the thing from, okay, now let's select it from our desktop. Let's navigate to desktop. Where is my desktop? Okay, this is my desktop. Okay, this is what I'm looking for. So I double click on it and then I click on finish. Now I'll wait for the thing to load. Yeah. Okay, that's finished loading. Now it has finished syncing. Now let's follow these instructions. It says we need 4 things: the app URL, the service name, DevLess token, table name. Okay. So, but these are the important things: app URL and then the DevLess token. Let's go and copy them from our app. So we click on this one, DevLess instance. Me, I'm hosting mine on Heroku. You can host yours on AWS, Docker, wherever you want, like whatever, even on your local, like local Docker or whatever, like wherever it is. Then this is it. When I click on app, it takes me here. Then I click on token, like I select this token and copy it. I come to my Android app. I just create a string and then call it DevLess token. Whatever you want to call it, you can call it fish token, whatever token. But I'm calling my DevLess token. So I'll paste the token here. Then I also need the URL. So that's my app URL. I'm creating another string. So when I set this string up, I'll go and copy my URL. Command C. Then I paste it here. So what happens is that I need the absolute URL, not this thing. So I clean this and clean that. No slash. Remember, just clean this. Okay, now I've gotten my app URL and then my DevLess token. So now I can initiate DevLess. But let's follow these instructions. I think we missed something. They said we should create a shared preference. Like, okay, let's just copy the shared preference. That's the first thing, and then push it there. Yeah, let's import those classes. Alt enter. Alt enter. Cool. Now we've done the first step according to the SDK. The second step, this guy, we've done it. App URL, DevLess token, we've done it. Then it says you should create a new instance using these 2 things. Okay, now let's come in. Initialize DevLess here. So capital DevLess. Sorry. DevLess. Sorry, we missed the step, so we are not getting the DevLess thing. We missed the step here. We missed the step here, up here. So we are supposed to copy this thing. You see, we are supposed to copy this thing and come back here, and then click on this Gradle model. Okay, this app thing, not this thing, not this thing, just the second thing, this Gradle model, this app thing. Come down here and then copy and paste. Now when you copy and paste, we are supposed to go up there and then click on sync. So when you click on sync, let me ignore this notification. Yeah, sync now. So I click on sync now. Yeah, and then now when we go back and then start initializing DevLess, you should know. Yeah, we should know. We should see DevLess. It should give us options. So now DEV, good. You see now we have DevLess there. Click on DevLess. Create, call it anything you want to call it. It's equal to new DevLess. Good. Now you can press Command P to see the parameters it takes. Now it takes context. So let's give it this, and then it takes the root URL which you've called app URL, and then it takes the token which is our DevLess token. So let's put it in there. Good. Now we set up DevLess. Now we've initialized it. It's telling us to do another thing here. This is the step we missed the step, we came back. It's telling us to do another thing here. This guy. Copy this guy. Just copy this guy and just paste it there. Let it always be there. Just copy it and paste it there. Now, according to the SDK, we finished setting up DevLess. Like now we can talk to it anyhow. How can we talk to it? You can query data from the database. You can do anything, CRUD, add, delete, post, edit, anything. But I want us to start from authentication. Now, if we want to authenticate with DevLess has many methods. So you have sign up with email and password. You have sign up with username and password. You have sign up with phone number and password. Now watch this. So let's start with email and password. So what is it telling us? We should give our email, password, blah 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 blah. Good. So we can just enter it straight. So this is the email we want to use to sign people up, but we can just call the method straight. So DevLess, this is what we are calling this thing, this variable DevLess dot sign up with email and password. So what email do I want to? I want to use one at gmail.com. Sorry.com. Then I want to give a password of password. Let's see the parameters. The first one is email, the second one is password, the third one is SP, the shared preference we created up there, SP, and then new. There's a callback. So click on type new capital S sign. If immediately you see sign up response, just hit tab. Good, to give you all the callbacks inside. Now let me come back to this guy. The reason why you see SP is because of this SP. Okay, so we are adding this thing. That's why I see. If you call it KP, call it a KP, and come and call it a KP. So it's the same thing we are using through the whole thing. Now, according to this guy, if the code runs successfully, if you are able to sign someone up, this part you run, and then if you are able, and then we are not able to sign someone, this part you run, it means there was an error. So let's just log and see what happens. Okay, I like logging errors instead of log.v or log.wtf. So let's just import this log. Let me clean this. Let me clean this and go and copy from this side. Yeah. Good. So what is happening here is simple. What is happening here is that this particular method, it's giving us a callback, and the callback it gives us return some payload. So we want to string the payload and then log it, and then this guy is giving us whatever message, error message, the reason why the thing failed. I get me. So let's just run this code on our emulator. There's our emulator. Let's just run it on our emulator and see the response. So let's first set it up to E, because here I'm logging it log.e. I'm not using log.v. So the results will appear here. Let's just click on run. Let's wait for it as it runs. The Gradle is building so that it installs it on our what's it called, the emulator. Good, we've run our code, so it means this side run. It means we've successfully signed up a user with email and password. That's why it's returning this JSON. It's returning result profile, username, it's a JSON string. Now let's verify, is it lying to us or is it true? So we click on users. You realize that it's there, 1@gmail.com, like it's live, it's colored, it's there. Okay, now that we've seen this, let's go to another level of the authentication. So now let's come down here and then let's just clean this. Now you sign someone up. Let's just clean this and then sign somebody up with phone number and password instead. Sorry, username and password instead. So let's just sign with username and password. So which parameters does it take? If you want to see the parameters, go into the bracket and click on command P. Command P. So it takes username, let's say Charles. It takes password, let's say password. It takes shared preference. So what did we call our shared preference? We call it SP. And then it takes the call, it gives you a callback. So new capital SIG. Then we hit our tab. Now again, we want to log all these responses. So success. Then let's do our payload dot to string and see whether it's something good came out. Then let's log the error if there's an error. So let's log the error if there's an log.e. Let's just call it error, and then let's just call it error message, error message dot to string. Let's good. Now let's run it on our emulator and see if we are able to sign up. This code should run. If it fails, then this code should run. So let's click it. Now remember, we are signing with username and password, and those things should be unique. Username should be unique. So if somebody already has the username Charles, it should fail. But if nobody has the username Charles, it should pass and this code should run. Nice one. You see, this success has passed. Our code has passed successful. That's giving us the name and then everything. So our thing is there. Now let's check our backend whether Charles has come. Good. Now there is a user called Charles. You see, you've signed somebody up through your Android app. So this strings is where you put your edit text and then just do edit text.get text, whatever the person puts in, you sign the person up. Now let's try to sign the same name. Like now it should tell us that the user already exists because somebody is already called Charles. And then if you want to sign up with username and password, the username should be unique. So let's run the code again and then see what happens. Oh nice, it's telling us that this user already exists. So our log pass. But if you try and then use another username like Charles1, then let's see. You should get success because Charles1 doesn't exist. It's only Charles that exists. Boom, we have success. So now, so successfully, just by setting up DevLess, we've been able to sign users up with email and password, and then with phone number and password. Now, as we've signed them up already, now let's log in users and see, so that will consummate the whole authentication process. Now let's do DevLess dot log in with, we had the username and password, and then the username and password is we have Charles. Yeah, I think we have Charles. Let's see, we have Charles. Let me load and see how many users we have. Sorry for the bad internet. Okay, we have Charles1. The username and password, so we have Charles, and then the password is password. Then the password is password. Okay, for you to see what I'm doing, let me just click on this thing so that guys ask what parameters are these guys taking. The login takes username Charles, and then it takes password. Our password was password, and then it takes the shared preference SP, and then it also takes a new callback. Now this callback is called login response. So it's new capital LOG. Immediately you see this thing coming. Immediately you see this, just hit tab to give you all your callbacks. So as usual, let's log. So success should return a payload. So this response payload, as it's giving us dot to string, let's change it to string. Then if you are not successful, like maybe wrong credentials or whatever, then it should say error. Let's hit on error, and then what are we going to do? We are going to output it like error message dot to string. Yeah, this error message, and then this payload. So now let's try logging in. It should be successful because the Charles and then the password match with whatever you created with. You understand? So now we are running it on the emulator. Let's see what happens. Sweet, it has given us success profile. So successfully the user has been able to log in, and this is the user's token. And what happens here is that this particular thing attaches it to the particular user, so it adds that particular token to it. So even if the table is authenticated, the person can search. But if it's authenticated and the person has not logged in, that person can't touch that table on DevLess. So now let's use wrong credentials. This guy doesn't exist, or this guy exists, but the password is wrong. Okay. Now let's log in and see. It should return false. So let's hit it. Now we are running into an emulator. Let's see the response that comes. The error should run because our credentials are not correct. Good. The error, wrong username or password. So boom, it means our login is working. We've been able to log in. Now let's since we did both username and password and email and password, let's log in with email. So this, it kind of looks the same. So let's just look for this particular method, email and password, email and password. It takes, this guy takes email, but this is our username. But what email to do is we used one at gmail.com. Okay, so one at gmail.com, one at gmail.com, and our password is still password, and then our SP is still SP. It gives us the same callback and all those kind of things. So let's just run it and see. It should be successful because now these things match with whatever we created the thing with. So it should be successful. It should be. So let's wait for it to run. Good. It has given us profile successful. Now let's change that. Let's tweak the email a bit and see whether it will log us in. It should give us an error. So let's click OK. Let's run it on the emulator. Boom, there's an error. Wrong email or password. So successfully, this basically has been able to help us in less than 5 minutes. Sign people in. Sign people up and log people in. Now in our next video, we are going to teach you how to access tables, like post to a table on DevLess, talk to a particular service, delete tables, like add data, edit them, delete them, and all those crap things. You get it. All those, you get your this one, format it into your list view and everything. So we'll be teaching you how to do crap stuff, but this one was just for authentication. So thank you for watching. My name is Charles. I'm out. Keep telling people about DevLess. It's super good and then super fast. Enjoy. Have a nice day.